But yeah, anyway, a lot of work in the front frame took place. The battery tray was all rusted underneath there. I can't show you that, but I took off all the rust and sanded it and put a nice nice coat of black on it. Got this nice little, cool looking, interesting windshield wiper fluid bag that goes on these. This is where they always would go for a 62, and the bracket that holds it in, it's got 2 retaining bolts that go into the frame. The original one was all bent up. It was really bad. This one is perfectly straight. I got off I think I got off a 61 Falcon wagon in the junkyard, so took that, painted it, and it sits nicely in there. A lot of work in here. I mean, I went in there on that cowl vent area, or excuse me, hood to cowl vent area. It's where the rubber piece is sitting up there. Went in there between where these support braces go and connect to the upper frame, where the shock tower is, and the springs and the suspension. And I went in there and sanded that and painted it the best I could. Went in there and chiseled all the caulking out and got a little bit of rust out of there. There was a little bit of rust surrounding the bases, like in here, like all around. There's like a little dip where, you know, back then they built these cars in factories. They weren't perfect, you know. They were built by hand, so nothing's perfect, but it was built pretty well because, I mean, it's 50 years and it's still here, so it wasn't bad. Someone took care of it. It's got an old-fashioned prop rod holding it in. 63, they made a spring one, and that cost $150 to get, and I think it's kind of cool just to leave the prop rod in. It's kind of neat. Although the spring one's easier, you just flip a little latch down here and the whole thing comes right up, and that's all it does for you. A lot of tar moved in underneath the floor pan down there. You can't see it, but the firewall was basically all splattered with tar, and I didn't want that underneath there. I need to put some more down, but we'll get to that some other time. But I don't want to spoil the video. I want to save some other videos for other stuff when I do other panels and parts, and I'm just giving you a brief overview and summary of what I'm doing and what kind of car it is, in case anyone didn't know, and kind of my hopes are kind of keep it the same color. I'd like to stay baby blue with it and probably keep the white roof, but depending on paint, I don't know. I might want to change it. Might go black and red or blue. Who knows? We'll see. It's got one mirror on it. Only one mirror. It's on the driver's side. In fact, there's a little hole there because there's Bondo here and here. Here it hasn't been chipped through yet, but it's supposed to be here because when this opens up, the side vent window, it's supposed to open up this way to the mirror. It's not supposed to hit it, and it does, so I have to move the mirror. But I'm looking for another door because this one's got kind of a couple rust holes in it. It's really dented up. I'm better off getting another one. It'd be cheaper just to do that and just have to restore this one. As for chrome molding and stuff like that, I probably will not be putting any insignia on it or chrome molding for a while. Because, I mean, that stuff is like last minute stuff. I'm working on body and rust and parts. I'm not concerned about how nice the chrome looks. That's not a priority, you know. Of course, in here we took this off, cleaned it like the other side. I mean, this side's in excellent condition. The quarter panel is solid. There's no dents on this car that are big. I mean, there's only like maybe 3 dents on this car that are of a concern on the body. I mean, that's pretty easy. I can body pound those out with a dolly and hammer and call it good. And I just love the wheels on here. I mean, it's 4-lug, but the rear end works pretty good. I mean, it's quiet. It runs nice. I mean, it's a good ride. It ain't bumpy like, I mean, you look at this, you say, oh, that's just a piece of junk. That's an old car. No one wants that. It's nice. It's a good car. I don't care if people don't like it being baby blue. I mean, I don't think it's right to judge someone on the color of the car, at least. Kind of funny term there, but I like this color. It's a good color with it. I mean, I've had people laugh at school before, and I don't care because I like baby blue. That's why I refer to it as baby blue. I mean, I don't think people should laugh. I mean, it's a good color. You can't not like that. I mean, come on. It just makes the car. It's 60s, you know. This is the 60s here. This isn't 2000. I mean, I'm not gay. I'm just saying I like the color baby blue and white. Of course, the interior, I like to go blue, too. I mean, I'm not going to go black and red in the interior. Oh, heck no. That's just too much of a hard color to take care of. Black, nah. If you do a Falcon, you don't want to do black. You want to do blue or red. They just look good and they're affordable. This one's, it's got some work, a little bit of work, but I mean, it's got great potential. You know, I put in so many hours on this. I mean, like I said, I'll do more videos tomorrow. I'll do like the trunk over there, the fender, the door is currently being restored. I got a bad hinge on there. I can't get the bolt off. I'm having problems with it. I'm having to Dremel it out with a cutter and just basically, basically take a drill bit and take a drill bit and cut it out of there. Basically, that's all it is. It's simple, but it's also time consuming. But yeah, we'll get some other videos of an overview of what I'm doing, and you can see what I do and how much work it is. And this is just basically a summary video, just kind of getting the. It's like a finale. It's like the opening of a series on a TV show. This is the first video. We're just telling you what's going on. We haven't shown you anything yet. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and keep in mind these were old compact cars that were made between 60 and 70. You know, this was the Mustang before the Falcon really took place. I mean, after 65, they really didn't make any of these anymore. 60 to 65 were probably the largest numbers. After that, there was nothing. Personally, I like 60 to 63 more. It's just the body is a lot cooler looking. It's so simple, but yet so good looking. That's what Lee Iacocca had once called it. It's simple, but not too Spartan. And I think he meant it on that when he said that, because I mean, they got 30 miles to the gallon back then. I mean, they were good on gas, easy to fix. I mean, heck, what was bad about them back then? They're good cars. I mean, even the Mustang is a good car, but I think you got to owe credit to the Falcon because, I mean, you can ask any Mustang fan nowadays. I mean, you can ask them, tell them anything about the Falcon, and they'll have to admit that, yeah, that was, the car that made it, and you got to respect it. Of course, this one has a Mustang engine in it, but I think a Mustang engine shouldn't change it. I think it should still be called the Falcon because, I mean, it's unique in its way. It's an interesting car to work on, and I do everything on it by myself. I've never had anyone really help me on it. I do everything myself. I'm just kind of that type of person. I like stuff hands-on. I like to do it myself. I mean, I've done this interior. I've done so much rust removal, so much tar removal, so much inspections. I've inspected this vehicle, every single spec of area, from the exhaust to underneath where the subframe goes with the floor pan. I mean, everything. I know this car inside and out. I know where every bolt goes in this car. I mean, I could put it back together blindfolded probably with my luck. It's got a lot of work, but someday it'll be done. Hopefully, that's soon. So, yep, stay tuned for other videos. This is Ford Falcon 1962.